a Texan shave, steel in hand, traditional wet, shaving smooth and grand.
Howdy, welcome back to A Texan Shaves. We're doing we're going to do a mashup review, kind of like similar to what I did with Adopted Acres, Sanderson Sisters, and what I did for Clown Fruit and Monstroso, and I think there was another one I did this way as well, but I'm liking the idea of this, especially when there are soaps that seem to go together. Most of those definitely went together, but these two I believe will. So we're using from the wonderful, amazing, creative mind of Monica Gilliam at Van Yulay. We are going to be shaving today with not only Hades, but Persephone as well. So I am really looking forward to these, and we're going to go over them individually. I do have the matching splashes for both. And I'll break down what I'm going to do here. But first, let's go over a little bit. We're going to start with Hades. I'm going to do one pass with Hades. Then I'm going to do the second pass just with Persephone. And then I'm going to mix the two for the third pass, as well as I'm going to mix the splashes at the final. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of each splash individually on the back of one hand each, so that I can get the fragrance a little bit from both by themselves. So I'm putting Hades on my left hand. I'm trying to get it to work itself on my hand there. All right, now I'm going to put Persephone on my right hand. Just a little drop. There we go. That's already running off to one side. So, oh, I haven't smelled the splash yet. I've smelled the soap, but oh man, that is beautiful. We're going to go over each one of these individually. Ooh. All right. We're going to let those dry down a bit, and we're going to start with Hades. If you are not familiar with Van Yulay, she pipes her soaps in. Look at that beautiful, beautiful work inside there. I love opening up a tub of Van Yulay. So let's set the lid right over here. For the hardware, for Hades, I am using this Omo brush set with a 26 millimeter Pure Bliss. And for Persephone, I'm using this Wild West brush. I thought these matched quite well, set also with a 26 millimeter Pure Bliss. And for the razor, I am using my Titanium Blackland Osprey. Have it on setting 4 with a first use Tatara blade. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, let's get the brush wet and loaded for Hades. Man, I'm already smelling the two of those together in my bathroom here. It smells incredible. All right, let's get the brush loaded. That should do it. Rinse out the tub. Oh man, yeah, the fruitiness is coming out a little bit more now that I've hydrated it. Wasn't quite getting that at the beginning. All right. So Hades was the king of the underworld, of course, as we all know, and god of the dead. He presided over funeral rites and defended the right of the dead to have burial. Hades was also the god of the hidden wealth of the earth. From the fertile soil with nourished the seed grain to the mined wealth of gold, silver, and other metals. So the scent of this is a spicy pomegranate with the darker notes of woods and metallic. Top notes are pomegranate, juniper, neroli. Heart notes are dirt, vetiver, and spice, and the base notes are amber, metallic, wood smoke, oak, and patchouli. Oh man, it smells so good. All right, let's get the face wet and let's get the first pass going. Ooh, there's something. something a little honeyish in there too. Something tying it together. And I'm not sure what that is, because as we all know, a lot of these artisans throw in a lot more than what they say. But there is something sweet, almost honey-like in there. I have almost 2 days growth, if I remember correctly. Fantastic lather already. Yulay's lather just pops instantly. I'm flinging it everywhere, geez. All right, we're gonna go with that. Well, I made a mess. It's a little bit cleaned up here. I have lather everywhere. Crazy. All right, man. Yeah, in the splash for sure, I'm getting something kind of honeyish. I'm not getting that in the soap, but definitely in the splash. So, why am I doing it mashup style? Well, I wanted to see, because Hades and Persephone, they belong to each other. And I wanted to see if these soaps belong to each other. I know Yulay, Monica, can always work some serious creative magic. She knows what she's doing, guys. And it's just kind of a test. I want to see how well these work together. I like doing mashups. I do a lot of mashups on my own, just on my regular shaves. And so I decided to carry that over into some of the videos that I do. And it's especially nice when I've got some new releases I can do videos on that I can mash up. Maybe I'll have to do a video where I talk about some of my favorite mashups of different artisans, or same artisans, or just some of my favorite ones. A lot of my favorite mashups occur with the fall fragrances too, which is nice. And this smells real good. I'm not quite getting the metal too much, or the metallic as it's listed, but I'm definitely getting the vetiver. I'm definitely getting the patchouli. Let me see the splash. Yeah, there's a little bit of metallic in the splash, just not so much in the soap. But there's definitely a super sweet, well, not super sweet, I say super sweet, just noticeably sweet binder to it all in the splash. All right, I'm gonna get a rinse because I want Persephone to be on its own on my face as much as it can be. I'll be right back. All right. Of course, I'm still going to have Hades on me, but I didn't want to go soap for soap, though, so I wanted to get a rinse. Man, that smells good. All right. Let's get Persephone loaded up. Brush wet. That'll be funny. Now, Persephone. So the story of Persephone explains the changing of the seasons. Hades, the god of the underworld, seduced or abducted Persephone, daughter of the goddess Demeter, from a meadow. Distraught Demeter caused the earth to become barren. I don't have my glasses on, guys. Sorry. Leading Zeus to intervene. Before leaving the underworld, Persephone was tricked and ate a pomegranate, binding her to Hades for a portion of the year. The compromise resulted in a seasonal cycle where Persephone's presence on Earth with Demeter brings spring and summer, and her absence in the underworld with Hades brings autumn and winter. So the scent is an herbal pomegranate with a darker notes of woods. Scent notes are top notes of pomegranate, dirt, green moss, and ozone. Heart notes of violet, juniper berry, sage, divana, galbanum, orris root. Love orris root. Base notes of amber, sandalwood, suede, labdanum, cedarwood, and vetiver. Sorry, those last few were further away from me. I need my glasses. It's funny. It's that Persephone is so much more complex, at least on the paper. I know there's more into Hades than what she's listed. And I like this one a lot. Again, on the splash, it's a little bit sweeter. But on the soap, man, I'll get to the two of them here in a second. Now, let's get the face wet and get this going. Man, this something about that Persephone. That is good. I'm going to throw a little water on this one. There we go. All right, again, flinging lather everywhere. Man. Definitely not 100%, but in a sense, which you would think Persephone wouldn't be as masculine a fragrance. I think it's just how the blend works out, but it's slightly a bit more masculine leaning than Hades is, even though Hades is dead set a masculine fragrance. It's interesting. Not really getting so much of the fruity notes. Which mainly is the pomegranate in Persephone, that I can smell, but it's definitely a more herbal, earthy fragrance, in my opinion. I guess, which makes sense. All right, second pass. this is a great shave. All right. I should crank this razor up a little bit more. Sorry, I'm trying to gather my words for Persephone other than it's amazing. It's so well blended, it's hard for me to really pick any particular out. I can get a couple notes, but I can tell that it is definitely a symphony because I can't pick other single notes out, but I can smell, I can get the cohesion fragrance for sure. So good. Like, this is a fragrance. I like to put a fragrance on before bed. This is one I can see using a lot of just before bed. It's very calming. But it's also one that I would definitely wear to an office for sure. Absolutely. All right, I'm not going to rinse off this time since we're combining. So we're going to add a little Hades. Now we're going to go back to Persephone. Right on top. Do a little scrubbing with Persephone. All right, I'm going to add a little water. We're going to do a little scrubbing with Hades. Get a good blend in here. All right, wow. So, got them on the back of my hands. Let's get them together. Wow. Is that what I'm getting? There's so much more in that splash. I'm going to have to wait for my final thoughts when I get those splashes together. But this is lovely. I was right. They go together perfectly. I knew they would. I don't know if Monica ever expected someone to do this, but I got a feeling she kind of thought maybe. So, in our final pass. Yeah, I definitely should have cranked this razor up a couple notches, maybe one or two. So let me know if you like these mashup ideas for soaps that pretty much designed to go together. I'm enjoying them. I'm having a lot of fun doing these. Something different. It's a little bit of discovery. fantastic. Forgot I had my other phone in my pocket. I didn't turn the volume off. Alright, gonna get a rinse, come back up for the splash, my final thoughts. Be right back. I'll tell you what, as I'm rinsing, and those fragrances are mixing more as it's washing off my face, I'll tell you what, a brush here. Hades and Persephone and together, it's a powerhouse. Jeez. Those mixed do something for each other. I don't know what the words are, but I can almost guarantee you if I use these, that's how I'm going to use it in the future, is I'm always going to be mixing these probably. That is so good. Did I say if? I mean when I use these in the future. That is good. All right, let's get the splash going. Move these brushes, razor. All right, shake them both up. I don't know how I'm gonna do this shit, so I'm just gonna pour them both into one hand, I guess. So I'm gonna start with Hades. A little bit there. Should have took the lid off Persephone already. How dumb of me. There we go. And a little bit of Persephone. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I got it mentholated, by the way, too. Feeling that. All right. There are a lot of similar notes as red, but wow. It's not making it a totally different beast. It is so well blended, it just made the complex more complex, but in a beautiful way. It's kind of like going from a string quartet to a small orchestra. It's fantastic. I do get a little more metallic that I couldn't find before. The pomegranate is not as pronounced as you'd think it would be, but it's there. And the juniper, I love juniper. The juniper is so exquisite in this, geez. Guys, this is fantastic. I'm not saying to go get both of them, but you should go get both of them. It is wonderful together. And I don't know what else to say. It just works. When I first read these scent notes, I was all over it. I could not wait for Monica to have these ready. And I am not disappointed. These are beautifully well done, guys. Go check out Van Yulay if you've never been there. Be sure you've got a full day because she has so many choices and fragrances. You will get lost and the day will be gone. It's happened to me. I've looked up 6 hours later. I'm still looking at Van Yulay. But if you go and you know what you want, you can go and power shop. This is under the new releases tab. Find your peace in what and where you can. We'll see you next time on A Texan Shaves. Goodbye.